It sounds almost unbelievable, but with the amount of people now being killed on Portland roads, city leaders are declaring it a public health issue.
And think about this, how 44 people have been killed in traffic crashes so far this year, already outpacing last year's 30-year high. Our Brandon Thompson pressing leaders tonight for solutions to really this growing problem, Brandon.
And one thing they're trying to do is target the deadliest roadways like here on Southeast Powell. Now, nearly a third of the people who died, 13 of them, died just during the month of July. Portland Police says that's the deadliest month for traffic fatalities in their records. Now, city leaders are planning some changes to traffic design, but in the meantime, they're pleading with people to drive safe. Portland's record pace of fatal traffic crashes.
Last year was a record-setting year, and now we're on track for higher.
Coming after the city's deadliest crash in its history. 3 people killed on Powell Boulevard 2 weeks ago.
That is the first time that we can find record of a triple fatality in the city of Portland.
In 2022, more pedestrians were killed than any other victim. The numbers of people killed rising since the pandemic, an issue dozens of cyclists who showed up at City Hall today say is continuous.
These roads have been dangerous for a long time.
PBOT leaders pointing to speed as a factor in more than 40% of crashes, urging people to slow down and drive sober. What makes you think that asking them is going to change driver behavior?
Well, we have to at least do that.
Williams, the director of PBOT for 2 weeks now, says in the short term, that's what the agency can do.
If we're asking for people to slow down and they're choosing to drive above the safe speed, then there has to be some consequence to that driving behavior.
While the Bureau tries to improve street and traffic design to make roads safer, PBOT also looking to install 40 traffic cameras in the next year, doubling its current reach. Enforcement and those tools will be focused on the streets and intersections with the most crashes, like Powell, Barber, and 82nd Avenue, even as the Bureau faces a $32 million cut next year.
We're in the exercise now to make sure that even though we may experience cuts, that the cuts aren't coming in areas where it's non-negotiable. We can't have an unsafe system. We can't cut corners on safety.
For some, though, it's not enough.
So far, at least, there hasn't been enough political will or enough funding to really make the changes we need.
And were you convinced that that would change from this presser today?
No, frankly.
So another part of the solution is the return of PPB's traffic division. About a dozen of those officers came back on patrol in May, patrolling the evenings and nights. Now, a dozen officers for the whole city is not a lot. Sergeant Ingstrom says that about 15% of PPB's officers right now are in training. He's hopeful that once those officers come on patrol, some of them will come to the traffic division so they could really start to crack down on drunk and dangerous driving. Live in Southeast Portland, Brandon Thompson, Point 6 News.